Hello everyone. Let us continue learning C language. In this video, we'll be discussing about how operators are being evaluated and what are the different operators available in C language. Let us start with types of operators available in C. The first most important type of operator is arithmetic operator. So arithmetic operators followed by relational operators, followed by logical operators, bitwise operators, assignment operators, and there are a few more miscellaneous operators. Now let us talk in detail about the operators under these categories. Now when you talk about arithmetic operators, plus, minus, multiply, divide. Now these are the four basic mathematical operations which we already know. And there is one more operator which is available, which is called as modulo, which returns the remainder after the division. Okay. So these five are the arithmetic operators we know. And when you talk about relational operators, all the lesser than, greater than, lesser than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to, or double equal to, that is the value should be equal on both the sides. All these operator comes under relational operators. And logical operators, we have something called as AND, which double ampersand symbol represent AND operator. And we have double pipe symbol represents OR operator. And an exclamatory mark represents NOT operator. Yes. And in bitwise operators, we have left shift, right shift, and bitwise and bitwise OR are some of the operators available under bitwise operators. And in assignment operators, we have equal to, plus equal to, minus equal to, and again divide equal to, multiply equal to. There are few more assignment operators. And under miscellaneous operators, this is where we have our size of, okay, as an operator. And we also have ampersand symbol, which represents the address, which is also an operator, star, which is also an operator. And we have a conditional operator. So these are a few other operators. Apart from these six, we have a few more things called as incrementation and decrementation operators. That is plus plus, minus minus, which is again incrementing a value by one value, incrementing any variable by one value. And that has of two types of it. One is post incrementation, pre-incrementation, post decrementation, and pre-decrementation. Okay. Now let's talk in detail about each and every operator category from here. Okay. Now to begin with, okay, let's talk about how an expression is evaluated in terms of computer or a C compiler. Now let us talk about a variable called A, and that is equal to B plus C into D. Okay. And let me name the values of A, B, C, B, C, D. D is equal to 5, C is equal to 7, D is equal to 3. Okay. Now what is being done here is nothing but the way this particular statement is evaluated in the C compiler is this line. First of all, it spots the operator that has to be evaluated by BODMAS rule, that is brackets, division, multiplication, additions, and subtraction. By BODMAS rule, multiplication will be the first statement to be executed here. So it does B plus, it replaces the value of the variables first, 7 into 3, semicolon. And then what it does? B plus 21. Again, what it does, it replaces the B value, 5 plus 21. So it says A is equal to 26 and returns 26. So this is exactly the order in which the expression of A is equal to B plus C into D is evaluated by a C compiler. Okay. Now, I want everybody to keep this in mind and understand this so carefully. Every single operator in C language, mind it, every single operator in C language has a return value for sure. It returns a value by performing some task. Every single operator in C language has a return value. And what does it return? That is a major question mark here. Okay. What does it return? By mathematical operators, we know that it returns whatever action that is being performed by that particular operator. Okay. Now, what is about the relational operators? Okay, now let's try and execute and verify it. Let's get back to our coding window. Let's start a new file. I'll save this as operators.c. I'll start with the header file. So let's have a variable called a, whose value is 5. And let us have a variable called b, whose value is 10. And I'm creating a variable called c, in which I'm going to store c is equal to a lesser than, that is, we all know what happens with a plus b. Okay. In this, c's value becomes 15, and so on and so forth. We know what happens with each and every mathematical operator. Okay, let's start with c is equal to b minus a. So c will be 5, b into a. So c would be 50. C is equal to b by a. So c is equal to 2. If in case I have a value c is equal to 12 by 5, okay, which are values directly, even then c is will be equal to 2 because it divides only the integer part of it. None of the decimal parts are taken into consideration. The 2 will be reminded as a reminder there. So c is equal to 12 percentage 5. That is when, okay, let's have 13 percentage 5. Now I have the c value to be 3. After division, whatever the remainder that is being left out, that will be returned by this modulo operator. Okay. So this is what happens in terms of a mathematical operator. Now let us try understanding about a relational operator. Okay. Now let us talk about c is equal to a lesser than b. Now what is the value that will be stored inside c? Okay, let us understand that percentage d comma c. Okay, now let me comment all these lines. These lines are not needed. Okay, now let us compile and run it up again. GCC space operators.c hyphen o operators. Let's run this file. Now, what is the value that is being printed? It says 1. It means it is true. Okay. And now I'll keep this as a greater than b. Again, you can see the answer is 0. By this, it is very evident. Every single operator in C language returns some value. Clear? Now let us try understand more about this data. Let us talk about the other operators we have. Okay, what about the equal assignment operator, the equal to operator? Okay, let me say C is equal to A is equal to 45. Okay, now what will be stored inside C? Let us check that again. Now the equal to operator returns whatever value it is storing. Do you see this? The equal to operator stores data of 45 inside an variable called A, and whatever value that is being stored, that is the value that is being returned. Clear? That is A, the value of 45 from it. Clear? So this is very evident that every single operator has a return value. And in terms of relational operators, that is lesser than, greater than, or equal to, all the relational operators either returns 0 or returns 1, because we know that C language does not have a Boolean data type, that is a data type to store true or false, and hence we have something called as zeros and ones, which is returned as an integer data type by every single operators, and that is how the data are being stored and manipulated. Okay. Now from this, let us start with a question. If that is the case, let me assume about the other operators. Let us in detail talk about the other operators. Now we know what an arithmetic operator is. All the arithmetic operations are being performed. We know about the relational operators. We have lesser than, greater than, lesser than, equal to, not greater than, equal to. What about conditional operators? That is logical operators, logical conditional operators. Okay. Now what is the purpose of double ampersand, or, and not symbol? Okay. So which is basically this means and, this means or, and this means not. What is the purpose of logical operators? Now, logical operators helps you perform two combined operations. For example, I have a variable called int a whose value is 10, and I have a variable called b whose value is 20, and I have a variable called c whose value is 15. Okay. Now I wanted to check whether c is in between a and b. C should be greater than a and c should be lesser than b. So I'll write this as an English statement saying, in English we'll write this: c should be greater than a and less than b. This is how we pronounce it, right? This is how we say the statement. The same statement can be written as c should be greater than a and c should be lesser than b. Okay. So this is how we write the statements. If both the conditions are true, it returns 1. For example, let me store this in an integer variable. Int x is equal to, so I'll print the value of x, printf %d, comma, x. I'll compile it or run it. That returns me 1. Now let's try in detail about how the statement is being executed. I'll comment few of the lines here. So the order in which this statement would be executed is nothing but c is equal to c greater than b, a, ampersand, c less than b. Okay. At the very first instances, it starts on the leftmost sequence of it. It starts with c's value. C value is 15, be greater than 10. A's value, ampersand, c greater than b will be left as it is. That part won't be disturbed. X is equal to, so since this is true, it returns 1 and ampersand, c lesser than b. And the next step, it says x is equal to 1. It says c lesser than b. It returns the operation from the right hand side. Whatever is on the right hand side, it returns it. Okay, it returns c lesser than b. That is 1. Ampersand, c lesser than b is replaced with 15 and 20. So again, it returns x is equal to 1. Ampersand, it returns 1 again. And hence x returns 1 in it. So this is the order in which the operators are being evaluated. Now, this is the point where we have to understand the precedences of how the operators are being evaluated. Which operator will be evaluated first? Which will be operated next? Okay. Now we have this question. Now I would like everybody to make a note of this table. And this is the order in which the operators are being evaluated. Okay. The very first preference will be given to the postfix operators or the function brackets. And the associativity of this operators are from left to right. It is evaluated from left to right. Okay. And the unary operators, which are basically the size of operator, which you already know, and the star symbol, which is a pointer, and the negative operator, the tilt symbol, which comes next, and multiplicative operator, additive operator, shift operators, relational operators, the equality operators, bitwise AND, bitwise XOR, bitwise OR. So these are the other operators which comes in hand, which has the precedences higher to the other operators. Clear? So this is the order in which the operators are being evaluated. Please make a note of this table. In correlation to the same data, I would also like to show you some of the other operator functionalities. Okay. Now let us say there is even a statement as comma can also be used for executing it. Let's see how that works. I'm declaring two variables called a and b. I'm saying a is equal to 4, 5. B is equal to 4, 5 without brackets. Now I'm literally going to print the value of a and b alone. Now what is the output are you expecting here? Yes, this is a pretty cool question. Here in this statement number 4 alone, I've got two operators, and those are equal to, I have got three statements in precise. I'm so sorry. I've got the brackets, and I've got equal to, and I've got comma. Okay, so these are the operators. In terms of precedence, which operator should be evaluated first? We all know whatever that comes inside the bracket that has to be evaluated first. Okay, we have got 3 operators, and whatever that comes inside the bracket that has to be evaluated first. Inside the bracket, I've got only 4, 5 and a comma. Okay. Now this returns from the bracket associated is from left to right. So it starts from the leftmost point and ends at the rightmost point. 4, 5 will be returned as 5 here. So the value that is stored inside A is 5. Okay. Now here, this part is again tricky. Here I've got B equal to 4, 5. I have got only 2 operators here. The first one is equal to operator. Next one is the comma. Okay. Out of these 2, which one has the highest priority? Have a look at this table. We have this assignment operator has the highest priority than comma. Okay. So what happens here is nothing but B will take the value of 4. So this statement is executed, and then 5 will be returned by the whole statement. 5 will be returned by this whole statement. Okay. So hence B will take the value of 4 from it. Let's clear the screen. Let's compile and run it up again. You can see the value of A is 5 and B is 4. Now, not to make you understand this a bit more further, I'll use one more variable called C, and I'll put up brackets around this, and I'll say C equal to. Okay. Now I can tell you the value of A and B won't be changed still, but C will take the value of 5. Okay, because in this bracket, B equal to 4 will be stored and 5 will be returned. Yes, so it is 5, 4, 5 as I told you earlier. So I hope this is clear how the operators are being evaluated and in the order of precedence they are being done. Okay, and this is the precedence table which I wanted to make note of. And please do follow this table for evaluating the statements. Thank you.